Could independence be real? The British evacuate Boston. In addition to the writing that moved many colonists, there was also the British evacuation of Boston on March 17, 1776, that convinced some more that they could win this war. On July 3, 1775, General George Washington arrived in Boston to take command of the newly formed Continental Army, which included many members of the militia who had fought earlier at Lexington and Concord and Bunker Hill. He brought order and discipline to the army, and began the process of digging trenches on Charlestown and Boston necks to prevent an English breakout from the city. The English did try some, but were unsuccessful in a complete breakout. Over the winter of 1775 into 1776, Colonel Henry Knox had worked to bring the cannons from Fort Ticonderoga, which had to be dismantled and prepared to travel after Ethan Allen's victory there in May, to Boston. This was done primarily by sled, which actually made the journey easier because the oxen used to pull the cannons could move more easily over the relatively smooth snow as opposed to the muddy and bumpy roads. On the night of March 5, 1776, the colonists placed those cannons atop the Dorchester Heights, impressing even the English commander, General William Howe, who stated that he could not get his soldiers to do in 3 months what the Continental Army did overnight. With those cannons threatening the English fleet in Boston Harbor, Howe ordered a barrage from the fleet, but this had no effect as the heights were beyond the range of the guns. A planned breakout and assault on the heights never happened because of weather concerns. Finally, after waiting a week for favorable winds, the English fleet evacuated Boston on March 17, 1776, with close to 2,000 Tories, those colonists loyal to the king, and over 9,000 soldiers bound for Nova Scotia. 2 weeks later, Washington withdrew the Continental Army and moved to the New York City area, awaiting the English return there. The first year of the war had gone surprisingly well for the colonists, and they took advantage of this to declare their independence in July 1776.